Welcome back to the shop. We're moving right along in terms of these restorations. I'm real happy with the Sears and Roebuck sander. Getting that thing out of the rust pile and back to work. The next thing on the bench, and I'm not sure that the progression of projects will go in this order, but anyway, because I'm lazy, I'm just going to work on what's up front here. This is a Dayton Bandsaw. I can't quite make out what the model number is on this. It is pretty greasy, it is pretty rusty, it does seem to be, largely here. I did plug the motor in and it wants to turn, however, one of the wheels is freed up, or locked up. Actually, now that I've got the band, let me see if I can plug this in and see if it turns on. Alright, I've got it plugged in. It's one of the most dangerous outlets I've ever seen. Not shocking me, so that's good. Ooh. I'm going to start breaking it down now. So I've been evapor rusting the different parts in here, and I gotta say it's done a relatively good job. The drive gear here had some really nasty rust on it, so I was happy that it sort of took this down, and I can use the soft wire wheel on it, because you don't want to necessarily add any different wear mark to these helical gears. These I didn't even degrease, as you can tell, but it managed to get most of the rust off. So I'll have to disassemble these, wire wheel them, clean them, paint them. These are the guide rollers for the bandsaw belt. So I can say that these rotated before and they do not rotate now. So what else have I done? I've done some citrus stripping and cleaning up of some stuff, a little bit of navel jelly on the motor there. You know, this isn't going to be very exciting to go through and watch clean up, but I may have said this earlier. I'm trying not to use the media blaster and nights and weekends kind of thing, just to be a nice neighbor. I'm waiting for a new part for the sandblaster to maybe make it a little quieter. I'll cover that at some point if it works. All right, we've got, I think, all of the bandsaw pieces cleaned up, and I still need to take some paint off or tape off of things, but got all the pieces painted up and cleaned up as best as I can. Now I need to start reassembling. I've got a couple new bearings. Probably get some time lapse of that. There's two sets of bearings. There's this shaft here, and this bearing is it's not horrible, but it could be better. And then there was a couple. This bearing here, where the bandsaw, you can see that cut down the center of it there. Anyway, I ordered new bearings, so I'm going to go through and replace those. Probably get some time lapse of that, and then reassembly. Alright, well, we finished the bandsaw. It's, I suppose with any project it's never really finished. You know, never mind the inside guard that's missing. Never mind this knob that's, you know, not finished there. But now that I have the bandsaw running, I'll be able to cut off a piece of aluminum to put into here. Then I have to fix that lathe to make the rest of the handle. Anyway, that being facetious. I'll fix this, maybe cut off some aluminum later on. And I use the mini lathe, that works. But this is together. Obviously, you can see we have the proper spring here. You know, we didn't cinch on spring tension. It is way overkill, but it seems to work. So I'm gonna put the other camera up, and we will get some time lapse of this cutting. I think I got somebody that was upset when I cut that wrench in half the other day for the Scoutcrafter Mall Paradox video about me cutting up a crappy old Chinese tool. Anyway, I'm gonna cut up an antique railroad tie. Or railroad spike, so I'm sure this is going to hurt somebody's feelings, but, you know, you're going to have to grin and bear it. So, here goes. So this is how loud it is. I know it's hard to tell exactly, but it's very pleasant. I wouldn't mind having this running in the back of the shop all day. It really isn't that noisy. We've got some fine-tune some adjustments in terms of the cutting weight. So we just balance tools and stuff on the end to give it a little bit more room. It's very delicate. You know, that spring on the other side, a half a pound here or there really makes a big difference in terms of stalling the blade out. And so we're learning, but you know, it gives you an idea what it sounds like. So there it is. It does a nice job. That was probably 3 minutes, I'd say 3-4 minutes, something like that. It'll be interesting to see how long the blade lasts, and they're not expensive from what I recall. But anyway, that's it for this video. I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and I hope they're having a good week.